Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Ormark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today we're looking at Bamboo Beauty again. I thought that we would do a few cards with this over the last few days to just show that it is quite versatile. And as I say, the sentiments and the font are just beautiful. I really love them. Sending caring thoughts. The bamboo that bends is stronger than the oak that breaks. A true friend is the one who holds your hand and touches your heart. You're so loved and grateful for all that you do. So today we're going to be using the Stamparatus. I haven't used it for a little while, and as I've always said to you, I do enjoy it. And the colour we're using is going to be Soft Succulent, and we're using the Soft Succulent cardstock as well for the matte. And it's quite funny because I was just looking and I'm actually wearing a Soft Succulent top today, which is quite nice. So so that was sort of seemed fitting. And we are going to be using the lovely bamboo leaves. I think that they look just beautiful, and I think that they will work perfectly with the Stamparatus. So I'm just getting them out of the box, and I'm going to do it from start to finish for you so you can see the whole process, because as I was saying the other day, I've had need to put the box underneath the lid so that it just stands. Now I know you're not going to get all of this in shot, but you're going to get the important bit. Now this is my template. Most of you know where it is. If you just put my name in and put wreath template, you'll be able to see the instructions. They're about 2 or so years old and I'm still using the same template. So I'm going to put this on at the 5" because I've measured it for 5 inches and 4 inches. And we're going to put I'm just trying to work out whether I want to do the larger one or the smaller one. They're both in the same sort of I think the larger one is probably going to be a little big. So there's 2 of these. We're going to use the smaller one because I think that that's going to be better, and I always line it up between the 2 points on the top here, and then we can just pick it up with the hinge. If you haven't got the Stamparatus, it really is, as a positioning tool, it's probably in my opinion one of the best on the market. It really is. So we're just going to put this down, and then we're going to turn it round into each one of the points and just mark it down. So we have just gone past the longest day. So summer solstice was a couple of days ago, which is the longest day and the shortest night. And here in the UK we've been having, as I've said to you, some horrendous stormy weather. It's been pretty atrocious, and although it's very good for the garden is growing like a mad thing out there, and it's raining again today, so I've had to put a light on. I try and use natural light where I can because it makes the colours look more realistic than when you have lights that give either yellowy hues or bluey hues or even sort of purpley hues. It's quite funny, whereas my light, I think, because it's just a sort of a standard light, it's not quite as bad. But as I say, I do try and have it with natural light when I can. Now you can see I'm just literally working my way round with this, and it's all going in the same direction. But I really like these these bamboo pieces. I think they're really rather pretty, and we might actually end up doing a couple of lines, so we're just sort of working around. So what's the weather been like with all of you? I know some of you are in parts of America that I saw on the news have been having some quite sort of horrendous floods and things at the moment, and storms coming through. So I think we're all experiencing some interesting weather, shall we say. So I'm just getting my Simply Chamois out, which I hadn't got out, and to just clean this up on here. Okay, now I do want to have, I'm just going to have a look at this one and see, because that will take it, that actually goes in the opposite direction, doesn't it? What happens if I put that there in between those pieces? I think that will work. So I'm just going to tuck that in here, clean that off with the Simply Chamois, and just make another row, because I don't know whether I'm just going to do 4 with this, so I'm going to have that in like that, because I do like, I don't think it'll matter if it just touches over the top, but we'll see. Let's have a look and see where that goes. Oh yes, that's quite good. Okay, so we're going to, I think that's going to have to come in 4 corners, because it's too, rather than going through in 8, I think it's going to be too big to do that, but it will work in 4. So we can put this one in like that. That's better. Turn it round again, and it is a matter of playing with your ideas. As I say, I'm doing this completely off the hoof, so I haven't practice it. I think sometimes it's quite good to just show you how to work straight off the bat without, you know, having made an example and things like that, because I think it then shows the process of taking things right. That's perfect. So we've got 4 of the large, and we've got 8 of the smaller ones going round, and you can use other colours if you haven't got this soft succulent, but I really like the colour. I think it's beautiful. So sentiment wise, I think I want to use because it is my favourite, I think I'm going to use the bamboo that bends is stronger than the oak that breaks, because it is one of my favourites. Let's have a look, this one. And I've got a choice of either doing it with, let's put it here, doing it with in the same colour, or doing contrasting, and I think I want to contrast it, because I think I want it to just pop out a little bit deeper. So great thing about the Stamperators is that you can actually turn around and look at it and make sure that you've got it straight. I think I've got that pretty straight actually, which is good. And then we're going to, I think I'm going to use in the in colours, there's a darker green which is called Evening Evergreen. I've just got to take it out because I haven't thought about that part. Okay, so this is the Evening Evergreen. I'd have a couple of people shouting at me because they wouldn't have heard me as I went and got my stamps off. This is the in colours, are a selection of 5 colours which we've talked about quite a bit, and this Evening Evergreen I think will work beautifully to just give this centre part just a little bit of something. So we're going to put that in there, press that down, And you've got the bamboo that bends is stronger than the oak that breaks. I really like that. So I think I'm going to probably leave it exactly like that and have it as a really nice, clean and simple card. But what I could do is to just put the little, and as I say, I've still, because I'm doing this before the other ones will have come out, I've asked to see if anybody knows what this symbol is and what it means. And I probably could check actually on the Stampin' Up demonstrators website, because I'm sure it will probably tell you somewhere, but I haven't yet. So if anybody knows what the symbol means, then do let me know, because I think it's always interesting to actually know what you're putting on a card. And there's this little symbol here which I think just looks really rather nice, so we're going to have that in, and I need to make sure I'm getting it the right way up. So you've got the one symbol at the top, and then you've got the two symbols down below. So I want to have that in bottom right or bottom left. Tend to have things in on the left, don't I? So I'm going to put it in on this side, I think, and we'll have it just down there in the bottom. So I can just put that up, and I'm going to do that in the evening evergreen as well. So you've got the two tones of green which just work beautifully, and I think once it's mounted, although it's very simple, and as you know, I do like to do simple cards quite often, because if you're a card maker and you're making lots of cards, it's quite good to have ideas that are for everyday use rather than something that's overly complicated. Sometimes I do complicated ones, but I do tend to do more simple ones, as you know, and that for me is the sort of card that I like. I like things where they're not overly fussy, but if you want to sort of jazz it up, you could put the sentiment on with a die cut. You could fussy cut that out and put that up. You can add some, you know, jewels and things like that. But I think that this also would make a very good masculine card, because, as I keep saying, most of the men that I send cards to don't like lots of fuss, don't like lots of bling and things. They like things that are clean and simple. And as I say, I know there's some men that like lots of bling and colours and things, but, you know, again, we have to, when we're making cards, we have to work with all different types of recipients. So you just put that out of the way. So I'm going to pop it onto the... Yes, you see, I think that that looks absolutely lovely. I really like that. Very clean and simple, but I love the geometric pattern that's come, because it's not completely circular because of the way the leaves come, but it's almost hexagonal. And I think that that looks really pretty. And again, very, very simple, but looks beautiful. And as I say, if you wanted to jazz it up with a couple of gems and things, let me just have a quick look while I'm talking about gems, because we do have the we've got the ones that are with, I'm trying to think as I go, right, they go with the in colours, so that they are the 2021 2023 in colour jewels. So you could, in fact, take that might work, because that's going to just jazz it up a little bit, but it's not going to do too much. Well, I'm going to put one across so you can see the colours, because they all go with the in colours. And so if we take this, You see, that actually would look really rather nice, I think. And I don't think it will make it overly busy. I'm going to use the larger ones. So let me just take, I'm only going to put 3 in to just add a little bit of something. So let's have one here. And then we'll have one to take it up. I use my take your pick tool for most of the things. We'll have one down on here, I think. Or are we going to have it there and there? We'll have one there. And we'll have the third one there. Like that. That actually is really rather nice. I love the fact that that coordinates absolutely perfectly. So you just get, if I pick it up, you just get that little bit of twinkle coming in. But it is a beautiful, very simple card. I love the soft succulent. I think the soft succulent is just a lovely, lovely sort of a grey green and just makes a card beautiful. Combine it with the evening evergreen and, as I say, you've got a simple but really rather beautiful card. So as always, thank you so much for watching me. Please stay safe and well, and please be kind. Bye bye.